Welcome back everyone to Angela's Craft Room. I thought I'd just show you just some tips on using your Clearmount Stamping Up Stamp Sets and your Photopolymer Stamp Sets when you're wanting to use them with a Misti tool. So it doesn't really matter what brand of Misti it is, because unfortunately Stamping Up doesn't have one at the moment, or I would have a Stamping Up one. So I've just randomly picked a Photopolymer stamp set and a Clearmount stamp set. Now I'll just bring in my Misti. Now if you do purchase a Misti, with mine what I received was the cleaner to go with it, so you can clean it off nicely. And I also received 2 magnets, which I just lost one. So they're very easy to lose. Just don't let them join together because it's very hard to get them apart. So you should get your 2 magnets, your Misti Tool, whatever brand, and you will need a cleaner. Okay? And also you should receive a foam pad, okay, because that is very important when using Stamping Up stamp sets, when you're using a Misti tool, because the foam you will need especially when you're going to do it with a Photopolymer stamp set, which we'll do first. So we'll leave the foam in, okay, so the lid's quite clear, and it's got grid lines over it. So the easiest thing I find, I've just got a scrap piece of paper, cardstock I should say, and I just butt it up right down into my corner there, so I know that's going to be there. So when you're doing it, it's so you can position the stamp wherever you want. So I'm using my foam pad. So I've just got this balloon stamp. So I'm just going to position it there. It's just for demonstration purposes. If you were making a card, you'd position it wherever you want. Then you just close the lid. And remember, I've used the foam pad because I'm using a Photopolymer stamp set. And then when you open it, your stamp will stay on that lid. You can see that it's on the lid. So just put that back down there. I'm just, for this purpose of stamping up the balloon, I'm just going to use Stamping Up Archival Stamping Pad, Basic Black. So for those that are unfamiliar with the Stamping Up stamp pads, you just push them forward, bring the lid back and click it into place. And you can just stamp like that, straight onto the stamp. So it's just a bit out of your focus. And I forgot to tell you the most important thing. With the magnets, you just pop them there and that'll hold your piece in place. So I'll just make sure that that's going to stamp okay for me. So I take my stamp pad and I just ink up the balloon, right? And then I'm just going to press down and straight back up again. Now if that wasn't a crisp enough image for you, the good thing is when you're using your Misti is you can just stamp it up again and then just bring it over, and it's just going to stamp exactly in that same place for you again. So that's the good thing about the Misti. But I just wanted to show you, when you're using the Stamping Up Photopolymer stamp sets, you will need that foam. Okay, so I'm just going to slide the magnets off. Okay, so we'll just grab another scrap piece, but this time we're going to use a Photopolymer stamp set. So I'll clean my stamp up afterwards, but just grab that one off. So now I've got, from the Awesomely Artistic, I've got a nice flower, which I want it to go that way. So because this is a Clearmount stamp set, it's a lot thicker, so we take our foam out of the Misti. Then we just put down, straight down on the platform of the Misti. Just see where I'll just pop it about there. Just put one magnet there and one magnet there to hold my cardstock in place. Then I just close the lid, press down, and voila, it's there ready for me to stamp. So then I'm just going to stamp that up. Now this is a really detailed stamp, so you'll be able to see how good it is being able to re-stamp in the same position, so you get a crisp image. So that's my first stamp, which it stamped quite well. Normally it wouldn't stamp that well, but then I can just reapply the ink if there was any spots on there that I wanted to re-stamp. I would just make sure my cardstock hasn't moved, and that's why I always give you the tip of making sure it's right down in that corner pocket, and then just re-stamp it, and then open that back up again, and it's just perfect, all ready to colour. So you can see how well. So the ideal of this tutorial wasn't to advertise the Misti at all, but it is a great tool to have. But it was more, I wanted to let you know how to use your Stampin' Up stamp sets, whether you use a Clearmount or a photopolymer. So just remember, if you're using a photopolymer like the balloon, which is very thin, you need to have your pad down first, and then just simply your cardstock, remember, right down in that corner. Place your stamp down where you want it. Your lid comes down, brings that up. But then when you're using a Clearmount, like this big flower one that we just did, okay, because it's a lot thicker than the photopolymer, the Clearmount, you need to take away your black foam, pop your cardstock down, use your magnets, and then just, obviously that's in the wrong spot, but you just put it where you want it. What the ideal is, you put it down on the cardstock where you want it, and then just close the lid. When you open the lid, it's because that already had a bit of ink on there. So you can see on this image, because it just had a bit of ink on there, see if I can show you how that didn't stamp up very well. Okay, so what we'll do, we'll go back out, bring it down, careful those magnets don't join each other, and this is just for demonstration purposes, but you just pop your there, then you're just a bit out of camera, so there we go. So I just stamp that back up again, down and back up, and that still wouldn't be clear enough for me, so I do it a third time, and that's a good thing. I find it a good tool, and I really hope Stampin' Up bring out something similar. So press down, something 12 inch by 12 inch would be fantastic, and you can see that it's, even though I've got a bit of ink up here, it's just for demonstration, so you can see how much better that's looking now. Okay, so that's all I wanted to really show you. I just wanted to show you how to use the Stampin' Up! Photopolymer or Clearmount stamp sets with a Misti tool. It doesn't matter what brand. So thank you for watching, and I hope that this tip helps you in your crafting day. Thank you for watching.